legislation to protect fast fooderies, more calorie confusion, the truth about nuts and seeds, and a look behind the scenes at a dairy farm. For the week of February 21st, 2011, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Immediately following Food News Today, we continue with a live discussion in our chat room below. I hope you'll sign in and join us. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. The U.S. House of Representatives recently passed H.F. 264, a bill that protects fast food chains from being sued by people who claim the food made them fat. If the bill, the Personal Responsibility in Food Consumption Act, better known in Congress as the Cheeseburger Bill, is actually made into law, obesity-related lawsuits against restaurants and food manufacturers would be banned.
You want cheeseburger? Come on, cheeseburger. I don't want a cheeseburger. It's too early for a cheeseburger. Too early for a cheeseburger? Look. Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
To date, a handful of lawsuits have been filed that blame restaurant food and advertising for obesity. Now, only one such case, filed in 2002, alleging that McDonald's had misleading advertising which caused teens in New York to eat too much and to become obese, remains open. What people forget is that these teens actually liked the foods they ate and were on a limited budget. 23 other states have passed similar laws, according to the National Restaurant Association. People do in fact bring these claims to court, but they are thrown out almost immediately, regardless of having the Cheeseburger Bill in place. Some believe that the bill forces the food industry to improve the healthfulness of the foods that they serve. Others suggest that these quick-serve restaurants are successful because they serve the foods that their customers want. And history has shown, especially in the case of McDonald's and Burger King, when they've served up healthier offerings, there were very few takers for these foods. Times have changed, and perhaps it is the time for healthier fast food, but laws like this do little to improve the health of our nation. And if anything, they give restaurants permission to create and to offer sandwiches, like KFC's Double Down Chicken Sandwich or Ruby Tuesday's Ultimate Chicken Sandwich with over 1,200 calories, 67 grams of fat, and 2,477 milligrams of sodium. And those aren't even cheeseburgers. Now, the You Make Me Fat lawsuits are going forward on television, however. ABC's Harry's Law recently had a story with an overweight mom of several plump children who won $880,000, at least on TV, in an out-of-court settlement. The more we idealize these, the more we all lose. Obesity is a major problem facing the nation, with close to 2/3 of U.S. adults and 15% of children now overweight. Some 30% of adults are considered obese. In health and wellness today, many parents lack the understanding of calories, and some may think that it's actually a nutrition fad. That, according to new research from the Dietary Guidelines Alliance. Balancing calories in with calories out has been a recurring message to consumers from health and nutrition professionals, as well as the food industry for some time now. The DGA's latest research finds that only 14% of parents claim to consistently pay attention to just how many calories their family consumes. On top of that, only 9% believe it would be the easiest thing for their family to do on a regular basis. On a somewhat more positive note, 42% agreed that paying attention to calories is important, and about 3/4 feel that balancing the amount of food and beverages consumed with the amount of physical activity could have a positive effect on their family's health. Now, 69% agreed that paying attention to portion sizes would help. 67% said that better management of higher calorie food and beverage choices was important. So if parents aren't really paying attention to calories, what are they actually paying attention to when it comes to our foods? Well, 82% agreed that serving nutrient-rich foods such as whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and low-fat dairy more frequently is important for making their family's diet healthier. But agreeing is different than doing. In our ongoing effort to bring our nation closer to understanding where our foods come from, this week we take a tour behind the scenes at Zweber Dairy Farms. Emily Zweber takes us on a quick tour of this fourth-generation dairy farm that was homesteaded by her husband Tim's great-grandfather, John J. Zweber, in 1906.
At Zweber Farms, we milk about 110, 120 cows twice each day. Right now they're prepping the cows, and then next they will wipe off the udders, make sure they're completely clean, and then they'll move the milkers from one side over to the other. So it takes about 5 minutes for each cow to let down their milk, but total time that they're in the parlor here is about 15 to 20 minutes. When a calf is born, the first milk that she gets is the colostrum from her mother. From then on, she gets milk from the herd, and she will be fed from a bottle until she's about 4 weeks old. We have them in these individual hutches so that they can get the constant care and attention that they need when they're young, and then once they're about 4 weeks old, we move them over to group housing where they can socialize and learn to act as a herd. In the winter, when our cows are not out on pasture, we give them the choice of a coverall building, which we lovingly call the beach. It is bedded with sand, and they also have a free choice to go outside and exercise in a pasture area. We usually wrap up here at the farm about 9:30 and then head on home and get a little bit of family time in before we go to bed and start the day over. So it is quite a long day here, but it's something that we truly enjoy.
And that cute little boy in red learning how to milk a cow is 2-year-old Johnny Zweber, Tim and Emily's youngest son. For the complete video tour, just log on to foodnutritionscience.com. In our nutrition story today, it's time for Nuts and Seeds 101. Nuts are actually considered a fruit, and the tasty bit inside that we refer to as the nut is in fact the kernel. And of course, seeds are seeds and are able to produce an entire plant if gardened properly. Nuts and seeds are terrific foods for our health and a nutritious addition to any diet. The handful of varieties, including almonds, walnuts, peanuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, pistachios, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and more, offer a plethora of health benefits. They're all good sources of monounsaturated fat, protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals, which are all considered beneficial in the prevention of heart disease and some cancers, and lowering and maintaining optimal cholesterol levels. It also boosts immune functions, and nuts and seeds can actually help with weight loss and weight management. Now, most nuts and seeds have about 14 grams of fat per 1 ounce serving. As all plant foods, nuts contain no cholesterol. Now, when it comes to sunflower seeds, and my favorite is David's reduced sodium sunflower seeds, it's one of the healthiest seeds you can eat. It's packed with vitamins and minerals like vitamin E, thiamine, manganese, magnesium, copper, tryptophan, selenium, folate, and they're all a good source of fiber and protein. And remember, due to their high oil content, nuts are prone to spoilage, especially if stored improperly. Nuts and seeds should be always stored in opaque, airtight containers and kept in a cool, dry place. Proper storage not only will maintain the freshness, but also helps retain their nutritional value. For Food News Today, I'm Phil Lempert. Thanks for joining us.